Hello my fellow Italians and welcome back to Hetamysteries. One of the most comedic things about Romano is his hatred for Germany. This distaste for the Deutsche has spawned many memes in the fandom and is always amusing to watch. But maybe the reason is a lot more serious. Maybe the reason that Romano hates Germany has merit to it. Let's find out! First, let's take a look at the history before Italy introduces him to Germany. We know that it was Germany's father that killed Romano's grandfather. Other than that, except for maybe Holy Rome, there hasn't really been much history between the two. Some people believe that Romano thinks that Germany is the Holy Roman Empire, the one who hurt his poor baby brother and broke his heart. So he doesn't want Germany getting near Italy because he doesn't want to see his brother hurt again. While that sounds charming and adorable, Romano did not reunite with his brother until long after the Holy Roman Empire died. So he wouldn't know about their relationship or how heartbroken his brother was. And the two didn't exactly keep in touch during that time. Not to mention, Romano never really had much interaction with the Holy Roman Empire. Or at least, not that we know of. Maybe back before he went to live with Spain, but he probably didn't know of Venetiano's relations with Holy Rome, so this probably isn't true. Romano says that he doesn't like German tourists because they are big and scary and it's Germany's fault that they're there. So that may be a reason why he hates Germans in general. Because take a look at Germany when he's in Italy. That is rather scary. But I think there is more to it than that. Remember, this is someone who threatened to rip off all of Germany's muscles. Romano has expressed hatred for Germans in general and thinks that they are inferior. But whenever he's around Prussia, he's totally okay. Heck, a recent comic shows him admiring Prussia and looking up to him. I'm not sure if Prussia is the only exception because he's just that cool, but Venetiano also has Germanic blood in him, but that's his brother and he can't really have a bias against his brother. Sure, he dislikes Germans, but I don't think he wants a German genocide. He doesn't have the urge to physically harm every German tourist like he wants to hurt Germany. It can't just be because he's German. There has to be another reason why he detests the Deutsche. While making the Italia Myths video, I put it as unlisted on Tumblr to give my Tumblr followers a preview, and someone gave me some nice constructive criticism. And there is no way that I would have realized this if I hadn't seen that. So, why does Romano hate Germany? Well, as expected from the Italia Myths video I posted, the reason has to do with World War II. Romano first met Germany during World War II according to the comic. How you can go your life as a nation and not meet your neighbor, I don't know. Or at least, that is where the hostility begins. But remember how I said that Romano betrayed the Axis? And Venetiano stayed with Germany? That is because Romano is the Kingdom of Italy and Venetiano is the Italian Social Republic. Yes, Romano represents the Allied Italy that was fighting against the fascist dictatorship. His lovable little brother, Venetiano. In the middle of World War II, Italy was split between the Allied South and the Axis North. When Rome was heavily bombed for the first time in July, that's when the South started to move away from the Axis and they arrested Mussolini. When the Allies landed in southern Italy in 1943 and Italy surrendered, Hitler created the RSI as a puppet state and rescued Mussolini. Germany took control of the north. This caused an Italian civil war which lasted until Germany finally left in 1945. But don't we see Romano and Italy both get captured by the Allies? And don't we see Romano fear the Allies and invade Africa with Italy? And don't both their character profiles say the Kingdom of Italy? Yes they do. Romano didn't break off and switch sides until 1943, giving plenty of time for the antics that we see in Italia. In the comic, Italy's Big Brother, we see Romano say this: "We only managed to recently unify again, and with a lot of trouble, but For all that, it's your fault that we're so separated. He's always Germany this and Germany that. So will you completely cease being with my little brother? Since Hetalia constantly jumps around, we are unsure whether this is before or after 1943. If it is before, Romano is foreshadowing his succession from the Axis. If it is after, this would carry a lot more weight, as this would allude to their current civil war. He is also angry about the amount of time he spends with Italy and how Italy always talks about him. This is Romano showing his rage at Germany, talking his little brother into going to war. In this comic, Romano says, "Potato bastard, today would for sure be the occupied Rome's revenge." This is the comic where Romano tried to throw a grenade at Germany. Germany occupied Rome in 1943. As we all know, Rome is a part of Romano, as Venice is a part of Venetiano. We can all see why Romano would want revenge over this. But think about it. Why would somebody throw grenades at their own ally? Even though the allies don't get along, they have petty fights. They don't try to explode each other. Either Romano is over the top, or this shows that he is a part of the resistance. It's probably the first one though. But just imagine, you and your brother are finally back together after being separated for so long. Now you can finally get to know each other and bond as brothers, which is something you never really got to do. But here comes this greasy blonde guy. He takes all of your brother's time and gives him these ideas, which you know are awful ideas. And you're now at war and there are big, scary blonde people eating potatoes everywhere now. And because there's war, you have to do hard work again when you really just want to have a siesta in peace. You try to talk your brother out of it. You try to tell him to stay away from his new friend. You try to get his friend to back off. You even try to kill his friend. But none of it works. And at the same time, your people are being mistreated and killed. And you're fighting in a war that you really don't care about. Your capital and other beautiful cities are being bombed. You keep getting captured and fed this yucky British food. And for what? You don't care about this guy's goals. All this guy is doing is brainwashing your little brother and making your life awful and hard. Did I mention that it was this guy's father that killed your grandfather, by the way? And now you have to fight your brother. Again. All because of this fucking potato bastard. And that was 1 mark higher on your history test. Thank you for watching Hetamysteries. Hello everyone, I have a couple of announcements. First is about the game. I want to put out another build of Ironheart soon, but I don't know what I could put in it. I have a few plans, but I don't know which one to go with. I could either A, not release another build until everything is complete. This will take a very long time, and it may be past August if I do this, since I am waiting on a lot of art and don't have the scenes and characters all assigned yet. B, publish a rough draft of all the routes, even if the art isn't ready. This will also take a while, considering that only 73% of this game's script is written out. C, publish just a few paths. For example, just put out Poland and Prussia's or 3 of the paths that I have ready. But this will take as long as it will to get the art for said characters' paths. I can also come out with more and more builds with each path that I finish. D, publish exactly what I have at this moment, bugs and all. E, make a schedule and publish a new build every other week. F, don't put out a build, but make a live stream or make a video or put a post on Tumblr about the game progress every week. G, don't put out a build, but just post screenshots or previews every week. H, focus on Pokemon Primal instead, since I was working on that before this. Or I, publish the next scene or next 2 scenes that happen after the demo. This will take a few days just to clean things up, and probably is one of the shortest methods. You may vote in the description below. Oh, and I can make things transparent now, for the people who wanted to help but couldn't figure out how to make things transparent. I can do that now. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Anime Midwest, but I decided I'm going to make a separate video on that. Until then, keep on studying!